we on the fourth seal of the Apocalypse on the book of Revelations. In this video, I'm going to show you how important it is to know that where we standing according to the book of Revelations. As Jesus says, "But whoever listens to me will live in safety at ease, without fear of harm." Proverbs 1:33. We're gonna be talking about scary stuff, but we shouldn't be on fear. We should be aware, as Jesus will say. So we're gonna start with Matthew 24, verses 4. And Jesus talk about the end of times, the signs of the end of the times, and His coming. He says that Jesus answered to the disciples, and He told them, "Watch out that no one deceives you, for many will come in my name, claiming I'm the Messiah, and will deceive many. You will hear of wars and rumors of wars," and that's already happening, especially with these wars with Russia and Ukraine, and Israel and Palestine, and China and Taiwan. All these rumors of wars and wars. As we clearly see that this escalated into a third world war, and it will be more and more crazy stuff. But what Jesus tells us very clearly, but to see it that you're not alarmed, that we shouldn't be afraid. Such things must happen. He says that these things, they're gonna happen, and there's no way we're gonna stop them. It's gonna happen and must happen. Meaning that the third world war is gonna happen, without a question. But the end is still to come, meaning that it's coming. Nation will rise against nation, as we can see it slowly happening, and kingdom against kingdom. So that means that the big powers, world powers, are gonna be fighting. There will be, because of the wars, there will be famines and earthquakes in various places. He's talking about the fourth seal. Since we have already earthquakes in various places, so that means that it's gonna be more intensive each time. All of these are the beginning of birth pains. As we hear here very clear that these are the signs of His coming, so meaning He's gonna come back. And He specifies the beginning of birth pains, so that means it's happening right now. It's not even close to what is gonna happen later on, which is gonna be more painful. So we need to be prepared for this crazy stuff, and we have to thank God and use discernment. So we're gonna be talking about the fourth seal, and if you want, you can open your Bible to understand everything calmly. I'm gonna be talking about Revelation chapter 6. So we're gonna emphasize certain ideas to explain. It's very important to be aware of the time we are living in, because we are very close to the fourth seal. The Revelation 6, 7, verses 7, 8 are saying. So I'm going to read it for you in case you don't have the Bible at hand. "And when He had opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the four beasts say, 'Come and see.' And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and the name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed him, and power was given unto them over the four parts of the earth, to kill with sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth." In here, I believe they're talking about the World War III that is coming, and it will exterminate the four of the population, and the pale horse will be meaning the war. So the pale horse is the war. The beasts of the earth are the countries that are going to be fighting against this war, actually against the people that they're going to kill, because this war is going to be targeted to innocent civilians that had nothing to do with politicians and people that wanted to populate the world. To explain about the beast, so you can understand that is the countries, we had to go to Revelation 13 and explain more clearly, because a lot of people get confused with the beast. They, as you can see in the picture, they draw a picture of literally a beast, but they're like, the Bible is clearly referring to these powers, as I'm going to explain to you. It says in Revelation 13, a beast rises out of the sea with 7 heads and 10 horns, to whom the dragon gives his powers. Here, the Bible is talking about the dragon. The dragon, it will be China. And the beast rising out of the sea with the 7 heads and 10 horns is US. As I will explain to you, as I will be reading some of the verse and I explain to you slowly. As Revelation 13 says, the dragon stood off the shore of the sea, and I saw the beast coming out of the sea. It had 10 horns and 7 heads. The 10 horns is, if you see the Statue of Liberty, the Statue of Liberty on the bottom has like a star, and it's 10. If you count them, it's 10 on the bottom. And on the top, he has seven heads. So it's the crown. So that's the beast they're referring. And that symbol represents US. Out. And it's not an animal or a monster from the comic books. The beast represents countries and the world elites, the ones that controlling the world. So that represents the beast. So when I read a beast rises out of the sea, that will be US rising out. And the dragon gives power. Who gives power to US? China. Let's be honest. He gave them why US is so strong is because China has given him, supplied him with so many stuff. So it all makes sense. As we continue reading Revelation 13, it says that the dragon stood on the shore of the sea, and I saw a beast coming out of the sea. It had 10 horns, 7 heads with 10 crowns, and each head had a blasphemous name. So the blasphemous name, if you notice, the Statue of Liberty was made by the French, who originally replaced it with Apollyon. And Abaddon was a blasphemous name in the Greek translation. It means destruction, a place of destruction. So what is that represents? That US is going to be destroyed. No question, no joke about it. The Bible is telling us that. So we have to be very careful. And let's see what this says about this verse after this verse. So let's continue reading. Now that we know and we are clear that the beast represents countries. So I'm going to read the second part. Revelation 13:2. And the beast that I saw was like a leopard. The leopard represents NATO. All these countries, NATO. The leopard is full of dots, is NATO. His feet were like a bear's mouth. The bear is Russia, represents Russia. And the mouth was like a lion's mouth. The lions is England. And to it the dragon gives his power and his throne and great authority. That means that China give power to all these countries. Let's continue to read. and I saw one of his heads as were wounded to death. So as we know, the beast is US. One of the beasts was US, and the wounded wound was the 9/11 event, the Twin Tower event, was the wounded event. Since that event marked the beginning of a big change in US and the world. So that was the big event that the Bible talks about, without a question. But it was healed, and now they built a new thing. So nobody thought they were going to recuperate, but they did, and the economy still goes stronger. So a lot of people marvel at the beast. So who is the people marvel at? All these people going to the US, like it's not tomorrow, including me. I wanted to go to the US, so that says a lot. It says in this last part, and all the world wander after the beast. As you can see, a lot of people walking towards US and flying towards US, whatever, doesn't matter. Everybody's going there, since they think they're going to be rich by being in the US. And it's true, because I used to think that way too. I know, because also my family migrated to US, and many people that I know did the same thing. So that is that. So as now I explain about what is the beast, because a lot of people got confused. So now we can continue talking about the fourth seal, which is this main video. And the fourth seal is the beginning. The fourth seal is the war, the starting of the war, because it says it's gonna kill the four Earth's population. So it's coming, and it's coming very soon. You see in your screen a Russian fleet coming to Venezuela's, and as Paravicini mentioned that the Third World War will start with a big detonation in the Caribbean. If you check his psychographies, he talk about the Caribbean being the first target. So we see this coming very soon. Don't be fooled by the signing of the peace treaties with President Trump saying that he's gonna end all wars, because end all the wars, because actually when the Bible says peace and safety is when the health breaks loose. So that's when everything gonna go crazy. As soon as they start signing off the peace treaties, that's when it's a red flag, major red flag, and a lot of people are gonna feel safe and secure, and it's gonna be completely the opposite. As I talk about it in my video, the 9 times that will change the world. I know I'm making a funny voice down there, but it's very important to check out the times that they talk about, and they also talk about the peace treaty that is going to be signed, and it's not going to be respected by some Asian country that is going to detonate nuclear explosion. So check that video. It's very important. Also, the Bible talks about the same thing, and this prophecy, the 9 times that will change the world, goes along exactly with the Bible. That's why I could interpret, and I could easily pinpoint a few events. So we need to use our discernment and know that this thing is coming very soon, since we hear that Donald Trump is already trying to sign a peace agreement and stuff like that. So you can see in the screen your latest news, Trump trying to make a peace deal. So in the Bible says, while people are saying peace and safety, destruction will come on them suddenly, as labor pains on a pregnant woman, and they will not escape. Meaning, this when hell's break loose. So we're gonna continue with the explaining about the fourth seal, but I'm gonna show you the third seal before we go to the fourth. When he opened the third seal, I saw a third living creature say, "Come and see." So I looked, and behold, a black horse. And he who sat on it had a pair of scales in his hand. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four living creatures saying, "A quart of wheat for a denarius, and 3 quarts of barley for a denarius, and do not harm the oil and the wine." In here, they're explaining about the right now. This happened already since Russia and Ukraine war. The wheat and the tallow rose, and since then it's been increasing the price since the war in Ukraine, as you can see on your screen in the news. So it's not something that I'm making it up. It's something that it happened, and that will be the third seal, because the third seal, a quart of the wheat for denarius, that means the wheat of the earth. So that means the increase on the wheat prices, and it's obviously that happened in with the war in Russia and Ukraine. So as you can see, the third seal is done. So the fourth is coming. So the fourth is the war. I really want to apologize. I don't want to cause panic or scare people, but this is the reality we have to face. And I know a lot of people watching hockey and they don't care about this information, but the people that listen to this information are going to be prepared, and they're going to act and do something to prepare, because this is about to come very soon. You see that it's in the Bible, and I'm not making it up. Also, there's other informations as well as Paravicini warned about it. It's not that I'm psychic and I can see into the future. It's not. It's the information is there. If you want to take it, take it. If not, just live in La La Land and don't worry about it until the bombs start dropping. That's when you guys gonna realize this is really happening for real. And I apologize. As I know some people, a few people that don't think there's nuclear weapons. I don't know what kind of idea is that, but it's in the Bible, and Jesus is saying about this war. And I don't think he's lying, since Revelations book is the spirit of the prophecy of Jesus Christ. It says that in the beginning, as soon as you read it in chapter 1. So anyways, we have to be very careful and very prepared, because the fourth seal says, the fourth seal that is coming is going to kill the 4 of the human population. That's a lot of people. And trust me, I'm not doing this to cause panic and just scare people to death, but I'm trying to bring awareness that we are very close to these things happening. I'm going to read the Revelation first. You can read, open your Bible on Revelation first if you want, or you can Google to Revelation first if you don't have a Bible. It says Revelation first, the revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave him to show to his servants the things that must soon take place. He made it known by sending his angel to his servant John, who bore witness to the word of God and the testimony of Jesus Christ, even to all that he saw. Blessed is the one who reads aloud the words of this prophecy, and blessed are those who hear and who keep what is written in it, for the time is near. Actually, now it's really near. Some people have said that they're not scared of a nuclear weapon, or they don't believe there's a nuclear weapons. But if they're not scared, there's like weapons that are very destructive. They have now new different kinds of weapons, and people say it's just fear mongering, but this is getting very real. If you check on the news and stop watching TikTok and start researching about what's going on globally around the world, you see that these things is coming really soon. As Paravicini also drew it too in 1937. And he says in this psychography, the atomic age is approaching. Russia is already playing with it. Without knowing it, after the wars, he will come and make wars. And the war of wars, fire of fires. He's saying that World War III is going to come and it's going to be real. So right now they're playing, oh yeah, I might do it, I might not do it, but they say he says it's going to happen, and that's going to end up in explosions. Even if you don't believe, because you think nobody can predict the future, I think it's completely wrong. The Bible is being accurate. And Paravicini, if you really research his psychographies, he hasn't missed any like all his psychographies are been coming all true. One by one, it's like unrefutable. You will be completely blind if you don't see that, because that's a fact. And I'm not trying to force anybody to believe me. I'm just putting facts here. You don't have to believe it. Just you need to study and check all his work, and after you're gonna realize this guy is for real, because it's not just by just watching one or two psychographies. No, you have to see. He has over 10,000 psychographies and still more, and they all coming true. And Paravicini wasn't the one. He had help, higher help from angels, or what you want to call them. They can see beyond time and space. We are locked in this time dimension, and just because we can travel beyond time doesn't mean that other beings, higher beings, can't and can see our future or stuff like that. So let's try to be a little bit open-minded. But thank you for watching my video, and I'm sorry if I get a little bit frustrated, but I hope you guys check the video. And also Paravicini talks about this war in the East, like the war in the Middle East, being... okay, I'm going to read it for you guys. It says 666, warring in the East without rest, will set the tone for the end of the end. In 6-6, man will look at himself in the mirror of the end and will want to die, but he will not be able to. The explosion comes in the Antilles. And 1938, Paravicini. In here he explained that a lot of people, like as I explained before, they don't think nuclear weapons or stuff that exist, and they say, "Oh, I'm not in fear. I don't care, if I." But Paravicini, he's saying that people will want to die and they're not gonna be able to. For some reason, maybe a weapon is gonna be. These kind of weapons are gonna be destructive, or they're not gonna be able to kill people that fast. So they're gonna die a very painful death. That's what I think, and it says that they're not gonna be able to for some strange reason. I'm gonna put something that Paravicini wrote about. A lot of people aren't prepared for. So Paravicini wrote this in 1972. So please pay attention. Since he is ringing the bell of warning, as you can see in his psychography, a bell is ringing. So we're gonna read the first paragraph. Fire, hunger, death, repeats the righteous bell that approaches the world, but the world does not listen or see. Here comes the darkness of the dragon that seemed asleep. Here comes the terror of the bear who fake love and brotherhood. Here comes the humble Democrat who never was, and with them comes poverty, the homeless, and all the explosions of disintegration. Darkness comes, and then the light from the south, and the cross. As we notice here, this psychography or picture paragraph is talking about our current situation we're facing at the moment with the countries that are inviting other people to fight and to continue the madness until we escalate the matters worse and becoming World War III for real, but this time with nuclear explosions. So that's why we need to really be aware of this drawing of Paravicini, since he sounding the alarm of alert and preparedness. Because we are approaching the fourth seal, and like Revelation 6 says, and he had opened the fourth seal. I heard the voice of the four beasts say, come and see. And I looked, and behold, the pale horse, and the ape that sat on him was dead, and hell followed him. So that means the four beasts are the powers, the four major powers in the world. You know which ones? I already talked about them. But as I already talked about them, is US, China, Russia, and NATO. So these are going to be responsible for killing the fourth of humanity. So it's a lot of people. And he says that the fourth part of the earth, to kill with the sword. The sword in the dictionary, if we can check, literally means power, military power, violence, and destruction. That means the war is going to be doing all this. No, actually swords like the medieval times. So, and with hunger, because of the war, it's going to be a lot of hunger. There's not going to be supplies to eat. And with death. And with the beast of the earth. I guess the beast of the earth, it will be the countries that are going to be fighting, because I explained to you the beast are the countries and all these politicians. They're beastly made, and maybe too also it could be like, no, I think it's mostly that, but I don't think it will be like crocodiles and stuff like that. In this other psychography, Paravicini tells us about speaking about Jesus now that we are approaching the end times. So that's what we should be doing, because we're running out of time. Friend, brother, it is necessary in the hour that runs to speak of Christ and his return. It is necessary to show that God is the moment of all vital movement, of all fact, of all present, and of everything that has happened. Make it know that if the world grows upsets, the one that grows, and soon it will be explosion. He allows to judge humanity in his fair value and save the just one who prays. He will allow the disaster to punish the one who denied and blamed him. Arrival is at the maximum hour of the beginning of the punishment. Fire comes, water comes, darkness comes. It will be chaos. Benjamin Solari Paravicini. Prophecy of 1972. We analyze this paragraph in this psychography. We see that Paravicini is referring to a friend and a brother. Anyone that listens to these psychographies and are aware and could tell other people about these warnings. As we notice here, the central figure, we see a humanoid figure who appears to be sitting down in a chair or office chair or an executive chair, which gives us the impression of being a central person who is executing an important job. As we can also appreciate that with his hand, he's pointing out at the superior part of the drawing of what it looks like the sun, while in the other hand, he is using something of what it looks like a magic wand or batuta used to give directions, as we notice a platform at the bottom in which the main character is sitting down. In the draw made by Paravicini, as we can comprehend that such a figure is definitely the director and executor of a grandiose job, which are of a cosmic characteristics. As we continue to see in the drawing that Paravicini drew, we see that it's very important to talk about Jesus Christ and his return, because it's going to be very difficult times ahead. We must be preparing for anything, and we should be talking about his coming because it's obviously very near, since we see many things happening around the globe with climate change and crazy stuff, earthquakes, tornadoes, disasters after disasters, and rumors of wars. And we know that we are living in the last days, and it's very important not only to connect with Christ, but also connect with people and help one another, so you have good memories of them. And we need to live by example of Jesus, who always was helping people, and we should be using his examples to help other people as well, the most people we can, as the dark ages approaches, because people and most of people are going to be confused by the disasters unfolding, and we need to make sure they know that they have a friendly hand and support by thinking differently. That's the only way to survive these disasters, by connecting with Christ and also helping around people that you know or don't know, by helping one another, nor against each other. With this beautiful message and reflection, I finish my video. Thank you for watching and listening. Sorry I extend myself longer, but I hope you like the video. Like and subscribe, and don't forget to leave a comment below.